Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with some thoughts on 5,000 videos that we've just passed, and some other juicy things, including my favorite recording ever, and some really good Korean junk food. All the things that make life worth living. First, the videos. This is really very funny. I knew that 5,000 was coming up, and I said to myself, we got to do something special for the 5,000th video. And then I forgot all about it. I mean, I just lost track. I lost count. The 5,000th video was actually the one so labeled. I went back and labeled it because I had to backtrack it. The one where I introduced Fred the Freezer, my fabulous new household appliance, and talk about why performers tend to get all the adulation rather than composers and works. That was the 5,000th video, but when I did it, I had no idea. It turned out to be kind of nice and summational. I mean, my partner Sean made a cameo. We met my new kitchen appliance, and we were there hanging out in the basement where I'm stuffing books into shelves, and the ceiling had collapsed in the overflow room. It was just a very eventful video, you know what I mean? It's been a very eventful few days, to be honest with you. But here we are at 5,000 in 5 years, basically 5 and a bit years. And who would have thunk when we started that we would be here? And what really strikes me, now that I'm at the magic number, if that's what it is that there's so much more to do. I mean, we've done 5,000 of these, and I'm looking around, and I see CDs and books and records and music everywhere, and we've scarcely made a dent. And I know, well, maybe we've made a dent. I'll grant myself a dent, okay? But we have so much more to talk about, so much more to do. There's so much more I could talk about. We could do this forever. I don't know how long this is going on or where it's going, but my God, so much stuff. Just overwhelming quantities of stuff. And, I'm trying to keep it reasonably well organized, but it's really phenomenal. And the other question is, will I slow down from doing, 3 videos a day? Well, at the moment, I'm pretty comfortable with that pace. So we'll keep it up and see what happens. Maybe some days there will be less, and we'll it depends on how the traffic runs and all of those things, and how much support I continue to get from you and YouTube and all that stuff. It's really crazy. So 5,000 videos. 5,000 videos. I don't know what else to say about it. I mean, it's like sort of mind-boggling. I don't remember doing them, that's for sure. They're just there. Somehow they just appeared. So there we go. That's that. And I just want to thank all of you, for joining me and trudging through them. And well, do trudge through them more, actually. Look at the homepage, check out the playlists. I mean, I spent a lot of time trying to organize them in ways that will be useful and fun. And there they are. Go for it. And check out the reviews at ClassicsToday.com, too, if you haven't subscribed there. I know that costs something, and this doesn't, but your support would be most appreciated. It really would, because we're redesigning Classics Today, too, and it's going to be beautiful in the next few months. You should get on board. Anyway, so there's that. Next, Korean junk food. Well, I've been talking a little bit about Japanese junk food, which is just marvelous. I was just running into something. I was over at my favorite Tenichi Mart in Manhattan, well, in Brooklyn, actually. It's in Williamsburg. And they have quite the selection of Japanese junk food. And they had, what was it? It was chicken squid something flavored Doritos or something like that. It was quite phenomenal. However, I've been looking at a new Korean cookbook called Uma, which is a beautiful cookbook about the author's relationship to her mother, who was a Korean immigrant, and the fabulous Korean cooking, which I think is amazing. It's so interesting. It has such unusual and fascinating flavors. And Korean junk food is really the thing. And she's honest about it. She likes it. And one of the things she talked about which I got my little paws on, was these. High Tide, here they are, honey butter chips. Oh my, who doesn't like honey? Who doesn't like butter? No, there is no squid or dried shrimp eggs or crazy ingredients in here. These are just potato chips. They're wonderful potato chips with honey butter flavor. I'm amazed that no one came up with this in here in the good old US of A. They are absolutely delicious. And I mean, potatoes with butter. I mean, you know, like mashed potatoes with butter. I mean, butter is great on everything, and on mashed potatoes and honey. I mean, holy cow! So I just wanted you to be aware. Again, this is the brand High Tide honey butter chips. They're incredible, absolutely incredible. And you know, life without the international world of crap junk food is just not worth living. It really isn't. I mean, it's right up there with Fred the Freezer and music. One of you guys had a great suggestion, by the way, about Fred the Freezer, that I should do recordings that are so hot that they have to spend some time in Fred the Freezer. I may do that. That's a great idea. I just have to work on getting the lighting in the basement a little better, because it's not the most congenial place to make a video. I know, you know, down there in the crypt, it has its own particular charm, but there you go. Last but not least, for this 5,000th video feature, you know, like I said, I wanted to do something really special, but I've done 5,000 videos. What is there to do that's like mind-blowing? I don't know. I'll come up with something. It won't be for the 5,000th, maybe for the 10,000th. We can start planning now. But no, my favorite recording ever. I really thought about this one. I did want to do something a little special, and I thought that would be a good thing to do, because I don't really have favorites, as you may have known. I mean, I have ranges of things that I like. I don't have a favorite composer, really. I mean, there's like bazillions of them, and I like great recordings of all kinds. But if you're talking about favorite, meaning the one that I've listened to the most in my life, and the one that I keep returning to as, like, you know, my point of solace, the place I go when I want to be in a fetal position and return to the womb, well, it's kind of literal. It's this one. It's Pictures in an Exhibition with Ormandy and the Philadelphia Orchestra, his Sony recording, not the remake on RCA. This is the Sony one, and I can give you the date. Of course, it's in the big Ormandy box. Does it say what the date was? No, not on the back. Why should they tell us that? Yeah, I'll have to look inside. Maybe we can find it there. It was from the early 60s, basically, you know, in case you were curious. Well, there is the title thing. Usually for Sony product, it's on the back. Yes, it's in the back. Tracks 1 through 11. No, 12 through 26. There we are, Town Hall, Philadelphia, April 21st and June 18th. Those 2 days in 1966. 1966. It's an extraordinarily well-recorded performance, especially for Philadelphia, which always had issues with finding the right venue and getting the right sound. It's one of those performances where everything goes right. Initially, it was a sentimental favorite, because it's like my mother's favorite recording. And I was almost embarrassed to say, sorry, Mom, you know, that I still think my favorite recording is Mom's favorite recording. But I did hear it when I was in the womb. Actually, no, I didn't, because I was out of the womb by 1966. So for several years, actually. But we had this when I was a kid, and Mom played it constantly. And she still does actually play it constantly. And I just adore Pictures in an Exhibition. I really do, because in Ravel's orchestration particularly, because I love the orchestra. And it's a piece of music that just does everything you want to be able to do with an orchestra. And it's so vividly recorded. The performance gets everything right. Just everything, from the articulation of the horns and in the Limoges, the strings, the warmth of the strings, the richness of the sound in the promenades, the gorgeous brass playing, the lovely, lovely woodwind solos, and in the great Kate of Kiev, a bell and a tam-tam that just blow everybody else away. It just knocks it out of the park. You finally hear what you're supposed to hear, what Raphael wrote. And it's astounding. It's absolutely astounding. And I come back to it, and I never have tired of it. And so, I mean, favorite is the thing that stuck with you the longest. I've been listening to this thing since I was 5, basically, since I was 5 when Mom got the record. And since then, it's only improved. It's my esteem for it has only grown as I've heard more and more and more recordings of Pictures in an Exhibition. And I'm, excuse me, and I'm not sentimental about that stuff. You know, if I hear a better recording, fine, I'll say it. I don't have any issues. And there are dozens of other fine recordings of Pictures in an Exhibition. I mean, you know, there's Reiner, there's Markevich, there's Abato. I mean, there's all kinds of wonderful recordings of Pictures in an Exhibition. But this one is nearest and dearest to my heart. And so, on this, the almost occasion of my 5,000th video, it's like 5,004 or 3 or something like that, I think it's only fair that I pay tribute to one of the things that started this whole process, to the person who gave me the thing that started this whole process. Hi, Mom. To my partner, Sean, who made a cameo a couple of videos ago and who told me I had to do videos on YouTube. To the junk food that is either sustaining me or killing me, one or the other, depending on how you look at it. Wow. And to all of you, thank you for joining me. Thank you for taking this trip. Let's keep going. Oh my gosh, it's just fun. I'm going to get my ceiling repaired down in the overflow room and life will be beautiful, theoretically. So keep on listening, friends. Take care.